Hey guys, and welcome back to some Final Fantasy. In this episode, we're going to enjoy one of the, how do I put it? One of the more lucrative methods in Shadowbringers. The leve, or leve, or whichever you call it. I call it a leve. And the one that we're doing is the coffee biscuit. So, to do so, you've pretty much got to go and gather the materials, unless you want to buy them off the market board. But if you're like me, you would prefer to gather them yourself because it costs way less money. Since the last time I recorded Final Fantasy, I've changed my glams up, so you'll probably get to see some new outfits. And I pretty much spent way too much money on a glam set that ended up being tossed out the next day. Not literally tossed out, but I ended up using a different one because I finally got the top I wanted to drop. Right after I'd given up, too, so that's how things go sometimes. But one of the ingredients we're going to need is the garden beet to make some garden beet sugar. And I already had some in my inventory before we started, so I'm not sure how much we're going to get. Definitely know we need quite a lot because we'll be turning in at least 100 of these coffee biscuits. But yeah, you make about 3,000 per turn-in. Sometimes less, sometimes a little more, but 3,000 seems to be the average. And right now we're saving up money for housing. Because if I can get a house when the new expansion drops, that would be awesome. If not, I'll just get an apartment in Ishgard. So we'll just work from there. Currently for an apartment it's like 500k, and I've already put some money back in savings. So I plan on at least getting at least well over $1 million in gil before I make up my mind whether or not I want a house or not. Because I think it costs about 3 mil to get a house. But then it also requires lots of luck. And hopefully, once everybody starts moving to Ishgard, there'll be more houses available in the lavender beds where I want to get one. The lavender beds are the housing area around Gridania. Let's see, how many do we got? Let me check how many coffee beans we have. We have 126. So we should probably go another round of garden beets. At least, and then we'll sit here and make some sugar and make sure we have enough before we go on to the next ingredient, which would be the upland wheat, because we need flour to make cookies. Alright, 2 more spots. I apologize for coughing in the mic. It just kind of snuck up on me. Let's make sure we gather as much as we can. So we'll use our actions, Blessed Harvest, which gives us more. I'll have to level up my botanist and my miner more again once the next expansion drops, which it got delayed, but I don't mind too much. Mostly because, like I said, my housing situation isn't particularly stable, and I would like to at least get a good housing plan in mind before Endwalker drops. That way I can actually get some game time in. Let's see, what is 16 times 3? Probably not 100. That's at least my guess, which would probably be a good estimate. Let's see, it's 48. So we'll have to go around a few more times to match the coffee beans, but we're not going to go that far because we're on a timer, as every episode is. But I'm not going to let that stop me. We're going to go grab some wheat, and then we're going to go turn in the leves after we make the flour and the biscuits. Can't forget to actually make the biscuits. That is the most important part of this coffee biscuit venture. Okay, let's go back to botanist. Now we're going to teleport over to right in Calusia, which is the closest teleport to the wheat. As you can see, there's a lot of people bouncing around doing this stuff because coffee biscuits, like I said, is a really good and easy way to make a lot of money. And it's raining. Okay, we're headed the right direction. Let's exit out of the map because I don't need the map anymore now that I know where I'm at. But yeah, it takes 5 for every 3 flour. So we'll try to keep that in mind as we gather. I emphasize try because I just gather a whole bunch and then I make a whole bunch. I don't really keep track of numbers. But yeah, if I actually crafted enough for all my coffee beans, we would be there forever turning in coffee biscuits. And personally, I get bored at that. Alright, to the next spot. I always wish the minion of those little flying flamingo things was bigger than what it is, but it is tiny, so it is kind of cute. I think it's called the tight-beaked colibri. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I've looked at the minion. It's a lot easier to get on your mount between different spots, but as short of a distance as that was, I would just rather run it. Recently, I'd been going through quite a bit of a burnout, so these videos have been helping me stay up and catch up to things I need to do in game. And Personally, I think that's perfect because there's still quite a bit of things that I need to do before Endwalker drops, because I've never finished my relic weapon. So maybe one day we'll just do an hour-long special of me working on my relic, because there's no way I can get it done in a span of 15 to 30 minutes. Which this one is going to be going on 30 minutes probably, because it's one of my longer episodes. Because we have to gather and then craft and then turn in. Okay, so we're about halfway through our last round. Because I definitely don't want to go way too many. Because then I'll be really all about tongue tie. I'll be really out of balance between the ingredients. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing I prefer to do. Because then when I go to gather the next time, I'll have such an odd amount to gather between each one that it gets a little funky. Okay, that's our last round, so we're gonna go off to the Crystarium. Just because I have enough coffee biscuits, we don't actually need to go gather anymore. Sorry, I'm coughing so much today. I'm not sure what's wrong with my throat. It was probably because I just ate, to be honest. I did just eat before I started recording. Okay, now we're gonna teleport to the crystalline mean. The crystalline mean is pretty much the hub for all crafting. And there's the leves, the leve mate, leve mate, leve mate, something. There's the guy in charge. So we're going to go ahead and make our flour. And then we're just going to quick craft coffee biscuits. The better route to do this is to make them high quality, but I prefer just to make them in mass amounts and then just turn them in mass amounts. Because when you quick synthesize things, you have a chance to get high quality things like we did a few times already. So it's not going to be entirely normal quality. Move that up and out of the way, because I want to try to get a thumbnail out of this. And the last part, oh, I spelled it wrong. We're going to craft 48 of them, which is quite an impressive amount actually. That's... Let me pull up my calculator again. 8 times 3. That's 144 cookies that we'll be turning in. So that's quite a lot. Let's see. As you can tell, there's a lot of people here. Oh, we got an achievement. I just noticed. Not bad. I'm surprised we didn't get it sooner, as many coffee biscuits as I've made. Sorry about that. My throat was messing up again. We're about halfway through, so luckily once we get this far we won't have to make any more for a while. Because I should at least get a couple 100k out of this. Let's see, we start at 112, so we'll see where we get from there. I'm gonna go ahead and quit early, just because we have that many we need to make. And I'll save the rest of the ingredients for later. Hello, I need a tradecraft leve, and it is a cookie for your troubles. We're going to turn the high quality ones in first because they're worth double, as you can see. Yes, I will gladly bring you more. And you just repeat. It's just a simple rinse and repeat from here. Oops, I accidentally clicked on field. That's okay, you can just click on the tab up there and it'll switch over to tradecraft. Yes, we're gonna keep turning in more. And as you can see, it costs allowances to keep doing this, and you could tell I've done this a lot because you get 99 allowances. Or was it 100? I don't remember. Either way, it's 99 to 100. But I've gone through a lot of them making coffee biscuits in the past few days. So now we're just going to turn in the normal qualities. You can see why I get bored during this part, because it's just a series of repetition. And out of all the other food ones, coffee biscuits are the easiest to make, so that's why they are the way to make money, because they only take 3 different ingredients. And they're relatively easy to get, because one of the ingredients you can actually get as a reward for turning in these cookies. This probably would be faster if I was using controller, but I don't know how to use controller, so... Yes, I'll submit more. Once more people get up here, it starts becoming a little bit harder to click on people. So you gotta keep clicking I to get over their heads. Yes, I want to keep turning in more. Out of all the things I could have been doing today for recording, I figured doing and other achievements. I think doing coffee biscuits was probably the quicker of the two because I still have to farm things for items, and those take a lot longer and a lot harder to record. Like if I was live streaming, it would be a lot easier because I could just sit and live stream for a lot longer time. But with YouTube episodes, it is a lot better if you have shorter episodes. So this one itself is already pushing higher than my normal recording time. Well, other than the Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley I record 30-minute episodes. So I would like to submit additional ones. We've got 16 left. So it means I had an odd number to begin with. I think. Yeah, I had an extra coffee biscuit just lying around in my inventory. And this will be our last one. Yes. Oh. No complete current order. And we finished. That was quite a bit. And from the looks of it, we made double our money. We made 220. We have 224,000, so we made 112,000 roughly. So yeah, we roughly doubled our amount. And we didn't make all the coffee biscuits that we did. So anyways, thank you guys for watching me make tons and tons of coffee biscuits. And in the next episode, hopefully we'll have some more riveting gameplay. See you guys.